was met at near the trailhead, about a quarter mile in, by some guys. I didn't know all of them, but they all knew me. I knew two of them. But I was treated to dinner. It was really good too. Some kind of stew, roast beef, peas, potatoes, carrots, onions. It was delicious. I'm always welcome in this canyon. It's pretty neat. This canyon being the East Fork. Look at this. Definitely some Blair Witch activity in the canyon. Definitely some Blair Witch action. Josh! Last time I called Josh, a guy walks up and says, "Do I know you?" Or, "Who are you?" He says, "I'm Josh." It was that little Jimmy. And I had a woman with me, and I had prepared steak and lobster, homemade cornbread, I think it was cornbread, or cake, wine, you name it. And she had altitude sickness, so she was in the tent sick. So Josh joined me for dinner. That was his first backpacking trip, and he was met by a total stranger who treated him to steak and lobster with all the fixings. He had a story to tell, but so did we. Had to get the headlight out. It's on low right now. Listen to that. It's about 10:20. I just stopped for the night by the river. All I brought was this net. It's no floor, just tucks under the Tyvek. You see over there, it's gonna come up short, but I'm gonna put my pack inside this trash bag and prop it up in that corner, and I'll scoot all the way over this way. I got the net. It's a $5.95 net, or $4.95 net. I bought it off a guy in Vegas, friendly Swede. $5, I believe. That's what it was. Anyway, it's got a clip to a branch. Just piled some logs on that side, and 4 stakes. Good to go. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep and take off from here in the morning. Those guys gave me dinner back there 3 or 4 hours ago, so I'm fine. All I have is dehydrated food and 1 can of tuna, so I'm not too worried. I'm gonna have it right next to me. It's bagged, then it's in another bag, then it's in my pack, then it's in a trash bag. If a bear wants it, it's right there. But I don't think anything else. I don't think any mice are going to come near me close enough to try to chew through this. They could, but hopefully I'll hear them. Anyway, I got my pack, my camera pack, a half schmog, a full schmog, a light jacket, my flute, trekking poles. Everything's going inside with me. I'll get inside and show you how I set it up. Okay, there's my bag, my backpack, this camera, this phone, keys, and my wallet are gonna go in the camera bag. Camera bag's at my head. Boots are either side. 45-degree bag. And you can see it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But trekking poles hold it down. Keep the majority of the stuff out. I treated the bottom of this, and I treated the perimeter of this net with Sawyer insect repellent. The bottom of the Tyvek with the insect repellent. So all you can do is Hope for the best. There's a lot of mosquitoes out there, and they're not getting to me. Knock on wood, bro. So I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I know this is not going to show up at all. It's gonna be black. But right above me, you got the Big Dipper. Over there you got the North Star. You got something over here. I think that's a planet. But I'm seeing satellites go by. But I don't know about what you guys, if you guys ever, when you're laying in the stars, there's a satellite by right now. What you think about when you're laying into the stars. When I look at that Big Dipper or the Little Dipper or any of the constellations, I can't help but think about the ancient Greeks and Romans sailing by these, and Odysseus and Achilles. What their lives were like. The ancient mariners rowing across seas. It's just amazing the lives they led. I was born in the wrong era. The wrong time. But then I start to think about when we do pass on, the next realm or dimension or heaven or whatever you want to refer to it in your mind, if we are all brought together or nobody really knows. So save your comments, save your down, talking me down and saying I'm a fool or whatever, but nobody knows what it's like. Even if you're a believer in God, in the Bible, it talks about, I don't know the exact words, but I remember reading, the mind is not able to even conceive what it's like. No matter how hard you try to think about it, if you think that's it, if you think that's a possibility, then that's not it, because you're not able to conceive. So if, when my time comes, and believe it or not, I wouldn't say looking forward to it. I'd say, I welcome it. I'm ready to see. I want to see what's next. I want to see it, experience it. And if it is nothing, so be it. I mean, with nothing, but I don't think so. I think there's something incredible awaiting us, and to sit by a fire or whatever the case may be and listen to the stories of Odysseus and Achilles and all these guys, just wow. A lot of people think, oh yeah, that's that writers like Homer just made this stuff up. Well, they made it up, but these facts that they are talking about, stuff like this, these people sailing, these just really happened. This was common life back then. It's just mind-blowing. Some of the things I think about. It's morning. Moon's still out. It's morning. Gonna put me on some coffee. Well, that's cooking. Well, that's heating up. Pack up my pack. Take my coffee to go. Start hiking. let me see. Well, there's one friend of mine, I believe he's up ahead. I'll stop and visit with him for a while. But I have a couple, a married couple, good friends of mine, that are doing a through hike. This time, the morning, I believe they will just probably be around Mine Gulch. I believe last night they were staying up at Bighorn Mine or Vincent's cabin. I'm not sure. But I don't think I told them on purpose. They have a friend with them too. Another guy they met on one of my meetups. Actually, they met him. They did a through hike with me. They met him then. So those three are coming down. And I don't think I told them. I may have, but I don't think I did. Eric and his girlfriend are also doing the same hike. So I didn't tell them on purpose, so that way they meet up. It'd be a cool surprise for them. But tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try to meet up with all of them just south of Iron Fork. And we'll all walk out together. Although Eric will blaze ahead. Eric walks fast. Those two have been following me the entire time since I started this morning. They fly up ahead of me, they stop and they wait for me. Look at that. It's weird. Brandon. And Bruce. Every time I put these on, I'm reminded of Clint Eastwood. Anybody know why? You're that outlaw Josie Wales. And who is Josie Wales shooting at? The Redlegs. My coffee, biscuits and gravy should be done. I'll pack everything back up, eat, and head up. You know, something just occurred to me. If you follow my videos, you know the one I'm talking about, Stanley Miller Mine, where that cable goes across. Okay, the rock crusher and breaker thing was below the mine on a little flat right by the cable. Now the cable goes across that gulch. Now the road picks up on the other side, so there may be a mine over there. I don't know. I've not read of one, I've not heard of one. There's no legend of one. I was just curious what's on the other side. But then it occurred to me, they pull the ore out, they break it up, they break the rocks out, they send the ore across on that cable, pick it up on that road, take that road out, all the way back almost to the bridge to somewhere, the bridge to Wrightwood. But over there, when you're, I've been on this side all the way to the top, when you're looking across, that road just ends. I have a feeling I'm gonna make this big climb, cable goes to a tree, and there's nothing there. This is a lot of work. Look, I'm only 30 minutes in, but that's the stuff you're coming up. It is steep and it is treacherous, and it is filled with poison oak. It just, I don't know, I've been up there a bunch of times. I was hoping to see something new. But then, it also occurred to me, I was looking at some old maps, And Derek and I took a high trail. We walked. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the high trail we took. Let me take these sunglasses off. Let me see. I can see a piece of it here, right in the back of that pine tree. See that old high trail? We took that high trail, believe it or not. We took that high trail from Iron Fork. We crossed all of that, and back to the bridge to somewhere. And we were right over there. We were looking across, and the piece of that road goes from about there to about there, and then it's gone. That's where that tree is, where the cable. So I'm making this climb for nothing. It's funny because this morning when I stopped to ask Kevin Brown about if he was up for going up here, he says no, and I was talking about the cable, and he says, well, what if they were sending the ore the other way? I never even considered that. I thought they're sending the ore, the rock from that side across the gulch over here to be broken up. But what if after they break it up, they're sending it that way to send it down? And it totally makes sense because there's no way they came down this. There is absolutely no way. This is climbing. They did not bring the gear up this. There is no trail. There never was a trail here. There's no way they could bring that stuff, that mining stuff, the cart and everything. They had to have brought it on that road, which means that's what they brought the stuff across. It totally makes sense now. And it really does. It puts a cap on my curiosity about that cable. Ever since I saw that cable years ago, it's just been eating at me. What's on the other side? What's on the other side? But then when I was over there with Derek, with my scope, I looked across and you could see that road coming just boom to an end. Then there's about a 20-foot section and then nothing. Just nothing, just straight down, 1,000 feet. There's no way you can get past it without drilling and putting stuff into the rock. And even at that, it's flaky rock. I wouldn't trust it. But that's cool, you know? And sometimes it just takes another's opinion to make you see the big picture. I built that bridge this morning. Now I'm gonna cross it again. I'm gonna go where I'm gonna go. When I come back tonight, because I'm not gonna make it out. I don't want to make it out tonight. I'm gonna spend another night up here. I slept here once. Slept back there once. But this might be my camp for the night. Much later tonight. Let's see. Possibly right there. If not there, right in back of me. Ooh, what's that? Stash? Or trash? Someone's trash. People are people, so what should it be? Carried in full, you can't take it out. Well, I will get that in the morning. Or if I have friends with me, maybe we'll spend the night right over there. Either way, I'm gonna pass this place in the morning and I'll grab that trash. But right now I'm gonna go see something I've never seen. Or try to, at least. If I can get up to the trail. It's a high trail. So I left the river. Probably a couple 100 feet above it already. I'm going through this stuff. I'm gonna try to go up and hit the high trail that Derek and I took from the bridge to somewhere. But instead of taking it back that way, I'm gonna cut over and I'm gonna try to get a ridge that's going around this mountain. I'm gonna try to get back to the Ross Gulch. I came down that with a friend of mine, Eric. That was Harry. Actually came down the other side of it. I'm going up this through there. I'm going as far as Fish Fork. This is as far as I go. I'm gonna wait for them for about a couple hours, and if they don't come by, then I missed them somehow, and I'll head back. I know where they'll stop for the night, so I'll catch them. I think it's about 1 o'clock. So if they came down last night to the cabin, spent the night, they'd reach Mine Gulch about 9, 8, maybe 9. And then from 9 to Alder Gulch, it's 4 hours almost, 3 hours. 12. Yeah, they should be pulling up here pretty soon. Look at this. Not the only biggest thing I've seen. Look at these onions. Look at it. Can't be it. Although look, that's onion. Look at the size of those. I don't want to pull them. Just let them. Let me see. I think that it smells like onion. I think that's onion. Look at that. That's a 2-foot onion. Okay, I'm gonna have my ramen out of that frisbee, and I'm going to have some coffee. While I'm kicking back here waiting for them. Some Blair Witch action set up here. See, the problem is they may have already come by. No problem, somebody else will see it. Or they could come this way, or they could be real tired and walk around here. So I'm gonna put a signpost there with an arrow pointing this way. So look at that. Wherever there's a Blair Witch, wherever there's some Blair Witch action, you know who can be found. Steve and Jen. Eric, his girlfriend. And Marcel. Marcel.
How you feeling, Marcel? Yeah.
My legs are burnt. The last time I hiked was with you, the big through hike with the big group. That's the last time I hiked.
Look at this. You got the head, the elongated head coming down, the nose, the lips, the eye. Look at that. The eye right there, almond shape, the nose, the lips, the elongated head. Look at that, that is neat. Here's a quick look around camp. That's the rab, bug net, that has the bottom bathtub floor. This is the Haven, 6 Moons Design Haven. 2 doors. When you set it up, 2 vestibules. It's basically the same as the Duplex or the Nemo Meta 2. Bathtub floor. Mine, no bathtub floor. No floor. Just a bug net. Oh, I got it. Lashed an X together and I brought this out here and dropped it off there. Same setup as last night. Z-Lite 45-degree bag. I got my jacket there, got a pillow. Nemo tent.
Ask Janet what it is, she knows.
What is it, Janet?
It's a Nemo Hornet suitcase.
What kind of bag are you using?
Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag.
And one of the cook sites. Flat cat design. My cook. I had a can of albacore for main course. I'm gonna make some French fries.
It's like you can't identify what it is.
Here is
I think it's
the
A regular burger and a veggie burger.
French fries.
I'm gonna make those fries. Look, they got their buns. Look, they got pickles.
Yeah, I got pickles and cheese.
I had something that was like lettuce, but the I don't know what the hell it is now.
turned into something else entirely.
But I'm gonna eat it.
It's super wilted.
So close right to the river. Now my can, my albacore can, I put a weight in it and submerged it. No scent. The lid's attached. I'll get it tomorrow before I leave.
I don't know.
So Eric's got the chili from the Flat Cat Designs.
Yeah,
Dude, you could win those contests. You should-
no.
A lot.
And that bread, that bread's
so
awesome.
But you do eat some meat occasionally. More.
And then
But not as a meal. I'll taste it.
veggie burger,
Yeah.
hamburger.
Okay.
I had
No, because like you lose
fish earlier. Now I'm
your
having
stomach
fries, so I
loses
got
the
fish and
enzymes
chips.
to break down protein.
We've got
How'd you sleep, Eric?
Great. That's pretty good. That's cool.
Look at that. Our food bags, everything, all the scented stuff and everything, that's gotta be at least 30 pounds combined for everybody. The first branch we put it on was the dead branch. The branch fell.
This doubles as a frisbee too.
This doubles as a hat. This triples as a hat.
Man in control. Hey.
Whoa.
Stepped on my foot a little bit. It's alright. No, no. My fault.
Got Van Damme.
You got Van Damme. Up the toe.
Mine.
Yeah.
Are you trying to open it?
No, we already ate it.
No. Made it last night. Okay, the Stanley Miller mine. For the Stanley Miller mine, if you've seen my videos on the Stanley Miller mine, you got to go up this around. I can't show you where the sun is, but around this, and you get up from that center tree up there. There's a cable coming down. Once you hit that area, you can grab that cable. Once you hit the area, let's see, right in there, where that right in there. Let's see, right in there. There's a cable going up to that tree. It's easy. Once you get up there, boom, you have it. Just from here to there is difficult. But you go back there, Stanley Miller mine's back there. Now Stephen did a read-up on some guy's blog, the guy air guitar in there. Some guy's blog, and he says, yeah, it mentions you and your climb.
Yeah, it mentions you. It's pretty, and he talks nice. But the Miller of Stanley Miller, his brother is the one that was shot at Trogdon's camp in Iron, at Trogdon's cabin, probably playing cards, probably a little
Drinkage.
A little drinkage going on. And there's a picture of the guy that shot him. I think his last name was Portland or something. There's a picture of him in John Robinson's book with a wagon. But he's the one that shot Miller's brother and then claimed he was a German spy. It's all intertwined. It's interesting stuff.
Now, could it be?
Yes.
So the wagon train used to come in the upper trail, right? Or how? Because there.
Yeah, the one that you and and Derek took.
Derek,
That's
the
how they would
wagon
get
train used to come in. Let's see if I can see a piece of it.
Wow.
Let's see. It's right up. See that you got that one pine there, and the pine. It's along there. Pieces of it are still visible, but when you get out here, it just
Yeah, it looks like it.
there's areas where you're like climbing on stuff like this. It is sketchy, and there's areas where you're laying down in your pack. You're going through stuff like this because it's the only way. But it's a trail that goes from Iron Fork to the bridge to somewhere. They should bring a wagon train in on that. It's amazing. And then Heaton used to come back here, bring in fresh foods. Vincent used to come down with his mules. Trogdon was in his camp. He'd buy this guy's gold, sell him this stuff, and they'd do all their bartering and trading, and then he'd go back on out.
Alan. So you were up above it.
Very high up above it, and now I'm down in it. So there you have it.
I know, that'd be awesome.
There you have it. East Fork
so-
History with Steven.
There's so much limited information, though. I mean, you can look it up, read it in books, try and put it together. Oh, that here, this guy, this guy, this guy, this trail.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I was telling these guys, prior to finding the mine, or I was looking for it, I was finding like a gauge way over here, a gear way over there, something way over here, and I'm thinking, it's got to be here somewhere. So I'm looking all along, climbing up, looking all behind the bushes, and then I read there's a fire back here, and the people that were working on the fire were staying at the Iron Fork, which is just the other side of where this ridge comes down. You go around here, around the next, you hit Iron Fork. They were staying there at nighttime, when at night they heard an explosion. The fire found a box of dynamite caps up there and blew stuff everywhere, and there's shrapnel coming down everywhere. That's why sometimes you're hiking around here and you'll find, I found a brass gauge, and I put that brass gauge right back where I found it too. So if you find it, just, I don't know. It's not worth anything, but it's historically, it's pretty cool for people to find and see. So just leave it there. But there's some gears and stuff spread out all over this area where that dynamite just threw it. But there was 7 mines? There were like 7 mines up there, right?
There were 7 claims.
7 claims. I've only found the one open one. I did find another one on the ground. There was like a cable about like this. And I picked it up and started breaking the ground, breaking the ground, breaking the ground. And it went right into the side of the hill. And it wouldn't move. It's just something inside there. And you can see like the outline where it maybe used to be an opening, but it just totally collapsed. And maybe that's where the dynamite was. I don't know.
External range.
Yeah.
But that trail's a neat trail. It's not actually a trail.
I'm thinking
That-
about getting a smaller pack.
That route is pretty neat, but it is very dangerous.
I'll make do. That's why I took a copy.
There's the infamous Easter Island head. Look at the eye,
Heads up, look out, look out.
the nose, the mouth. Look at that. Right there.
Oh, they're not worried about it.
No, I don't know. Maybe. Probably going right now. I could destroy the whole
You're gonna get up.
phone or the GoPro?
Yes! Woo! Hey, just like hold it that side. Okay, Jen. You and me. What the rest of you?
I've had so much fun in this canyon in my lifetime with so many different people.
I heard if you look up into some of these rocks, sometimes you find worms and grubs. I saw one just a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
There it is, there they are.
Some garbage.
What is that?
Wild edible.
Gummy bears?
They're under the rocks.
Wow. I didn't know this grew out here.
What do they taste like?
A bit tangy.
That was like right here.
Any good?
No, we're good. I only thought these grew on West Baldy.
Next time, they feed on the wild onions.
Janet harvested a whole bunch of them.
Oh, Janet harvested a bunch of them. She's been looking for some of these rocks. Look at this garter snake. Where is he? Right there he is. First snake we've seen. 2 days. There he is. Look at that. Lick the lens.
Oh. He's like, what is happening today?
I was enjoying myself in the sun.
Yeah.
God reached down.
That's what she said.
You gotta put them back.
Where's the head?
You don't bite.
I don't know, I just...
He just naturally he wants to grab for the head.
You gotta grab
This snake, I'm gonna let it go around my arm. See what it does.
I'm gonna fall.
Whoa!
He's like, I'm out.
So damn it, Jim.
I was hoping it would.
Wow.
Hi, little feller. Wow, they're real good stuff.
Okay, guys, here's why you don't do drugs, especially in the sun and the heat. See that girl in the purple? See how she's down and out? A few minutes ago, when it came by, she was leaning against these rails and she was just passed out in the sun. They went to move her and she's just out. She's out cold. She's done. Woman down. She's out. Do drugs? That's you. What a dumbass.
Where does she think she's at, Burning Man?
What was that?
Where does she think she's at, Burning Man?
I know, huh, right?
Yeah, we walked by and she was just passed out.
I don't see any Wonder Hussy walking around.
I don't either.
Maybe that's... Synchronized.
Probably hard to hiking with.
Steven, you can't hold that river back.
I was actually worshiping it. I was like, thank you, thank you.
It's saying if you like me that much, go full submersion under my falls.
More like a crab walk spot.
There it goes right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Leave.
Here it comes. Look at that. You see that? Tree knocks. See that? Some tree knocks. Did you do that? Look at this.
Oh my god.
Here he comes. There he is.
Oh no.
Sasquatch, you're real.
You're alive.
High five, Sasquatch.
Right on. Nice to meet you.
Oh man.
Nice to meet you, sir. These your part of the woods?
Let's feed our pig. Rock on, Sasquatch. Yes.